Hey guys, and just wanted to take a minute to go through my new setup for this fall 2026. I got a lot of new gear here that I'm pretty excited about to share with you, and really looking forward to a season of saddle hunting, which is a season I've never done before. You've seen some of the videos already, but I just want to take a moment and go through some of the gear that I've got for this year. Some of it I've accumulated over time, some of it's a little bit new to me. And I'm trying to go super cheap on it because obviously I have a budget and just can't buy whatever I want all the time. And so, that may fit some of you guys as well. But just to start with some of the gear that I'm pretty excited about. Last year, I picked up this Vortex rangefinder, got it super cheap on a deal. So really excited about that. Works really well. It's just kind of a one button click and then it goes off by itself. And then I put that on my bino harness. Got a Vortex bino harness here, and I'm running some Vortex Crossfire HDs. I got that on a deal last year, I think around Father's Day. Cost me maybe $100 for these, and they're super helpful for like when the deer are far away and you're trying to count points and that kinds of things. I'm a little bit nearsighted these days in my older age, so I don't see quite as clearly as I used to. So having a pair of binos to help me count points is super helpful. And then I've already shown you some of my platform stuff, but I'm really excited because I got this the other day on Amazon for a pretty sweet deal. Cost me $80. It was a backpack to carry all my gear in. This is the XOP Striker backpack. And what I love about it is my climbing sticks can go down here, super easy to carry in. And then I got my Edge platform strapped to the back. And then inside the pocket, I've got my ropes and all my accessories, my his strap, those kinds of things. It all fits in here, super easy to put on, carry on. I don't have all the things bouncing around like I did on my other backpack. You can see it fits fairly well. You just walk into the woods like this. Of course, then I have to put on my saddle, which is a Mutant saddle. Again, XOP product, got a good deal combination on that and the Edge platform. That worked out really well. But this is super light, guys. Easy to carry in, carry far, long distances, that kind of thing. And I plan to do a lot of hunting this way this fall. So super excited about that. Another thing I picked up last year, I heard a lot of things about these Moultrie Edge 2 cell phone cams. And so I've been using them. They've been working great. Help you do some preseason stuff just to check out what kind of deer you got out there before you head into the woods. Super helpful when you head in and you find some sign to be able to place those cameras up and just kind of monitor what's coming by, what's in the area. Super helpful if you're picking out quality bucks. I can't tell you how many times I've been able to time when deer are actually going to come in, and it's just been super helpful throughout the years. This is like my standard bow that I hunt with. I have been hunting with this for 10 plus years. It's a Mathews Z7 Extreme. I got it a year out of date on sale, super cheap. Got a Trophy Ridge sight on there, just a 3-pin sight. And I hunt with a Whisker Biscuit. There's this show online years ago, used to be called the Pigman. And I never heard positive things about Whisker Biscuits. I always felt like they were like not as quality a sight as other sites. And the Pigman, he did a demonstration on his video channel or whatever, and I watched him from 100 yards nail a target through a Whisker Biscuit. And I thought, you know what, they're not that bad. And I was tired of my arrow falling off my rest, so I picked up a Whisker Biscuit 10 plus years ago, and I've been hunting with it ever since. And then of course I've got my painted arrow Pro Mag that I just fit on the front of my bow, and then with that I'm able to take a visual of my shot and just can film my own hunts, that kind of a thing. I see a lot of guys with like T releases and stuff like that. I've actually been hunting with a TrueFire wrist release here for, again, 10 plus years, and I've never had a dry fire, never had a misfire or anything like that. It's just simple, like $30 release that just seems to function really well. I like these because they strap to your wrist and then you have a hand free, and you can just do whatever you want. And you don't have to worry about dropping it or finding it in your pocket or anything. It's always right there. So I keep that on me and just use that. It's been faithful. It's been true. So, I mean, I've got a lot of gear that I'm looking forward to using. I've got it all on a budget. Really excited to go saddle hunting for the first time this year. But I also want to take a moment to just tell you about another piece of gear that I bring with me oftentimes when I'm in the woods. And if you read my description on the channel, you'll notice that I'm a follower of Jesus. I love Jesus. I love hunting, but hunting does not compare to my love for Jesus. And so a lot of times when I'm out there in the woods, it's not just spending time in the woods, and it's not just hunting for deer and trying to provide for my family and that kind of thing, and recalibrating and that. But a lot of time is just spent thinking about life and being in the presence of God. And part of that for me is the scriptures. I have a Bible. Sometimes it's a physical Bible. Sometimes it's the app I use on my phone. I use the YouVersion Bible app. You can download KJV, NIV, NLT, which is one of my favorites. And I just spend time with the Lord when I'm out in the woods. I spend time reflecting. I spend time just explaining to God how grateful I am for the salvation that He's given me in His Son, Jesus Christ, for my family, for all the things that I have, for the church that I pastor. I just love spending time sitting in the quiet and listening to God, asking Him, God, what do you want me to know? What do you want to teach me today? Would you bring something to my mind from the scriptures? Oftentimes I'll ask God, what do you want me to do? What do I need to be doing? And I'll just spend time asking those questions in prayer. And so there is a ton of great hunting gear out there, guys, whether you're a budget person or whether you like to, have the latest and greatest, and, money is nothing to you. You just go buy whatever you want. There's a lot of great stuff out there. But listen, there's one thing that money can't buy. There's one thing that you can't put a price on, and it's this piece of gear right here. It is time alone with God, thinking about His plan for your life, how much He loves you. And so if there were a piece of gear that I could recommend the most to take with you out into the woods, be it on a cell phone or be it a hard copy like this, it would be the scriptures. And I would just encourage you, spend time with the Lord. There's nothing better than being out in God's creation, spending time with the Creator. So that would be my encouragement for you this hunting season. We'll talk to you soon.